Welcome back to another week of IUP TV News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Vinny Lowry. Tonight, a local college announces plans to close and local residents get the opportunity to assess Indiana County, all coming up later.
And I'm Sarah Molt, sitting in tonight for Rachel Dawsey. Our other stories also include a recap of the exciting IUP football victory over Westchester that clinched the PSAC championships. But let's begin tonight with community news. A Friday night shooting in Indiana sends a man to a Pittsburgh hospital. Borough police reported that a man who has not been identified was shot around 9:30 on Friday night at a house on North 15th Street. A 19-year-old Indiana man, Jacob Kelly, was arrested on charges stemming from the shooting. The police report indicates Kelly was waving a gun at two acquaintances when the gun went off and wounded one of the people. Kelly has a history with the local police after being charged with assault and making threats to two IUP students in early October, and other charges of disorderly conduct and public intoxication in an unrelated incident. Kelly is in the Indiana County Jail where he awaits a preliminary hearing.
A Connecticut truck driver faces charges after a crash on Route 22 in Blairsville that created major traffic tie-ups on Monday. 4 other vehicles were involved in the crash when the truck driven by Hunter Gieslian fishtailed and rolled over on the highway near the Walmart on Route 22. Police report Gieslian appeared to be impaired and found a small amount of marijuana and a pipe in the truck, and Gieslian told police he had used heroin before the crash. One school van carrying 2 children was involved in the crash. The children and the driver were taken to the hospital for observation. The accident closed Route 22 for several hours. Gieslian is in the Indiana County Jail on several charges, including possession of a controlled substance and driving under the influence of a controlled substance.
A local technical college is set to close. Zenith Educational Group has announced it will close the Blairsville campus of Wyotech and has stopped admitting new students. The school has offered programs in automotive, marine, and motorcycle technology. Students currently enrolled in the programs will be able to complete their degrees as classes will still be taught before the school closes for good. Blairsville is one of the 7 campuses nationwide purchased by Zenith from Corinthian colleges. Other campuses in Florida, Georgia, and Texas will remain open.
It's that time in the semester where students need to start planning out their spring schedule. If you're looking for a way to diversify your education, you may want to consider the new Teamwork minor. Reporter Peyton Markajon had the opportunity to meet with one of the faculty members who is the driving force behind this new area of study. Let's check it out.
IUP has over 130 undergraduate majors, and they have added a new minor to that list. I had a chance to speak with Dr. Fair about the new Teamwork minor. This minor was designed out of a need to update the chemistry curriculum. Employers in the field were surveyed to find out what they were looking for in a job candidate.
90% of employers say that those interpersonal skills and teamwork are as important, if not more important, than purely technical skills. So that shows you the demand and what employers want.
While this minor was originally designed for chemistry students, Dr. Fair made it clear that this minor is open to everyone.
It doesn't matter what major you are. It doesn't matter what field that you're going into. Interpersonal skills, teamwork are foundations of everything. And most employers, what they notice is that if you have a decent GPA and you have a college education, you have the foundational information for your major. And if they need to teach you anything else, they can do on-the-job training. What they can't train, or what they do not want to train, is interpersonal skills and how to be a good team member.
The minor includes core courses in theater, sociology, communications, and leadership, as well as a capstone course. This minor was made possible by a grant from the National Science Foundation for $600,000. What Dr. Fair says really makes this program unique is what are known as teamwork intensive courses.
The T course, the teamwork intensive course for this minor, is a teamwork intensive course in where you're going to practice the foundational courses material in your major. Now, this is something that the grant specifically highlights. So you can go ahead and take a hodgepodge of courses. You can learn the various foundational concepts of what does it make to be a good team member, what does it make to be a great leader. But if you don't apply it, you're not going to necessarily know when to use it or be able to identify when you need to use those types of skills. The idea of actually having T sections within your major allows you not only to apply it, but apply it in your field. And this is something you definitely want to highlight to make you more marketable during interviews and on your resumes.
For more information on this minor, contact Dr. Fair. Reporting for IUP TV News, I'm Peyton Markajon.
Someone who shops in Indiana is a lot richer this week. A jackpot-winning ticket for the Pennsylvania Lottery was sold at the Choice Tobacco outlet on Philadelphia Street. The winning ticket matched all 5 numbers for the Cash 5 with a payout of $325,000. The store gets $500 for selling the winning ticket. The winner has 1 year to claim the cash prize.
We're going to take a short break. Details on how Indiana County residents can speak up about what the county needs when we return.
The Communications, Media, and Instructional Technology PhD program gave my life direction.
This program was perfect for me with a combination of research and media production. Hands-on courses gave me skills that I now pass on to my students. I use all 3 areas of the program, production, theory, and research, every day in my job as a college professor.
Learn how the CMIT PhD program can change your life. Visit iup.edu/CMIT.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer-lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a 5th grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
I fell in love with the campus, with the people, with my IUP life. See it for yourself. Visit us. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
Welcome back. What do you think about living in Indiana County? The County Department of Human Services would like to know. Along with the Children's Adversary Commission, the Department of Human Services wants residents to participate in the 2017 Indiana County Speaks Up Survey, a needs assessment that is done every 5 years. The results are used to better understand the county's needs. You can take the survey online until December 22nd at the web address shown here on the screen, www.surveymonkey.com.
With students from across the globe, IUP is home to many cultures and traditions. Reporter Paige Kreischer attended Muslim Culture Day, where the Muslim Student Association shared their values with the community. Let's take a closer look.
The new offices of MSA, or Muslim Student Association, put on the first ever Muslim Culture Day on November 10th. The purpose of this event was to touch upon the negative image perceived about Muslims and provide a perspective that being Muslim is not associated with the negative aspects some might assume it is.
What we have been noticing is that people, they are taken back whenever they hear the word Muslims. About a month ago, we did an event, in the Oak Grove, just outside of the library. We had this table, we have cookies, coffee, juice, teas, and we tried to talk to people. But what we felt is people, once they know that we are representing Muslims, they were not willing to stop. They were not willing to talk. People, when they think of the word Muslim, they usually, correlate that with terrorism and with all of that, which is totally, wrong.
IUP's campus has over 300 Muslim students who were represented at this event. The speakers at this event informed the audience on the difference between religion and culture, the history of Muslim religion, and how Muslims and Hindus live together in India.
It shouldn't be felt anymore that people should think we're something like different. No, we're part of you, whether you like to admit that or not, and we are Muslim, and we practice our faith, and that's pretty much so why I'm here.
The misconception of Muslims has led to many social problems. And with this event, it aimed to help students see that it is not related to the negative stereotypes.
It does go beyond just cultural practices in and of themselves are not necessarily Islam. Islam is much more than that. And I'm kind of here to prove that because I'm American. It's a faith-based tradition. So you can find it in many different corners of the world amongst many different people.
So we want the audience to have this awareness about different cultures, because people, misunderstand. Sometimes they think what is cultural, they think of it as religion, but that's not religion, that's more of a cultural thing.
For IUP TV News, this is Paige Kreischer.
This was a huge semester for the IUP campus. 2 big events were revealed. Let's take a look back at the grand opening of the much-anticipated Northern Dining Hall, first reported by Paige Kreischer.
A new dining hall was introduced to campus this year. North Dining Hall was built where Keith Hall once stood. Compared to Folgers, it has its differences in selections for food.
I was here when my brother went to college a few times, and this is definitely quite the change.
I don't know, my heart lies in Folgers, so I can't really transplant it. I like the ice cream bar there a little better, but other than that, the food's good.
North offers a wide variety of international and home-cooked cuisine. Similar to Folgers, it also has more simplistic food for those who prefer more traditional options.
We still offer some basic things, though, for everybody, and I just think that those are the differences. So I think each building shines in its own way. Everybody loves the gelato station, everything like that, and also just the building, the architectural part. It's an amazing building.
I love the vegan section. Being vegan myself, it's a breath of fresh air, and I really enjoy that.
I like the curly fries a lot.
Chef Lindsay originally worked at Folgers, and after the grand opening of North, she was offered the position of head chef.
It's pretty amazing, actually. We work with our systems and everything, but when I look, stand back and look at all the stations and everything, I think, that's my menu, that's my setup, that's everything. So it's pretty amazing. I'm pretty proud of myself. Not many people get this experience, so I'm pretty excited about it.
For IUP TV News, this is Paige Kreischer.
It was an exciting semester for the campus and especially for us in the Communications Media Department when the former College of Education and Education Technology revealed an updated name. Reporter Tegan Schreckengoss brings us this story.
What was once the College of Education and Educational Technology is now the College of Education and Communications, home to all of IUP's teacher preparation courses in the largest undergrad program of the college, Communications Media. We spoke with the Dean of the college, Dr. Laura Luca-Hines, about the name change.
The College of Education and Communications, we think, is a much more comprehensive and inclusive name. So not only was Communications Media, as a significant part of our college, not represented with the Education and Educational Technology name, there are other areas that didn't fall well within that umbrella. Another one that's communications related is the speech language pathology and audiology programs under communication disorders. So we believe that Education and Communications not only brings in the communications media major, but also that communications disorder major. Now, if we wanted to be really inclusive, we would have tried to also find some terms that would bring in some of our graduate programming and counseling and psychology, but that became really difficult, and so we felt the name education brings under all of those areas of education and allied educational areas, and then communications brings in all of those communications related areas.
Dr. Jeff Vertangeli was responsible for designing all the college's new marketing materials. A few of the marketing materials created include a high-five highlighter, a travel phone charger, and a temperature-changing cup. All the products created fall in line with the college's new slogan.
The slogan that we're using, Inspire, Transform, Lead, represents the mission of our college and of all of our departments.
After a long process starting in the spring of 2017, the college received a new identity. On opening day, a banner was placed on Stouffer Hall letting IUP know the department had received a new name. The College of Education and Communications rebranding efforts were launched during the beginning of the fall semester. I'm Tegan Schreckengoss reporting for IUP TV News.
While most IUP students will be heading out of town for the holiday break, local residents can head up to Philadelphia Street. Downtown Indiana kicks off the holiday season with its It's a Wonderful Life parade and festival. Several events are planned for the weekend before Thanksgiving, including a parade and downtown Christmas festival on Friday evening. Several local businesses will offer themed events including dinners, tours, and special shopping experiences. The festival continues on weekends through December 17th. The full itinerary is available on the Indiana County website. Visit indianapa.org.
Coming up, what is the next step for IUP football? And we get a look at IUP basketball. Join Emma McCarthy for Hawk Zone Sports after these messages.
You! Oh! Your fault. You! My fault? Your fault. Your fault. You're right. What? It's my fault. What do you mean your fault? Just the two of us. You're right, it's my fault. We can make it. Maybe both of us? Maybe just you.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Receiving a Jefferson Award for public service was an honor I will always cherish. I've known since I was very young that I wanted to help make a difference, but I didn't create an organization to win an award. I did it because as a teacher, I believe all kids deserve a good start and a shot at high achievement. I'm April King, a graduate of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Get my story at iup.edu.
The environment is my passion. Every day, I live for the outdoors and all of its challenges. That's why I enlisted in the Coast Guard. Now, I serve to protect the environment and defend my country. It's like I was born for this.
Were you born ready for a greater challenge? Find out at gocoastguard.com.
We had a hugely successful week for IUP Crimson Hawks sports. First off was our IUP football hitting the road and heading up against the Westchester Rams, clutching the PSAC championship with an outstanding 24-7 victory. This is the fourth time in program history that IUP football has taken home a PSAC championship win. With our now 11-0 season, the Crimson Hawks remain the #1 Division II team in the nation for the third week in a row, according to D2Football.com media. Quarterback Lenny Williams had 3 touchdowns, completed 10 of 15 passes for a total of 212 yards, as well as 36 rushing yards on 9 carries, earning him the MVP of the game. The Crimson Hawks defense held strong, keeping Westchester to only 167 passing yards and completing 13 first downs. After this weekend's win, IUP football has now secured the #1 seed, gaining home field advantage in Super Region 1 for the Division II championships. The Crimson Hawks' next opponent will be the winner of the #4 seed Shippensburg versus the #5 seed Westchester. We will have more for you on the other championship playoffs next week. In other IUP sports news, the women's basketball team hosted the S&T Bank PSAC MEC Conference Challenge, where they had much success winning both of their games, beating West Virginia Wesleyan Saturday 82-54 and West Virginia State 72-47 on Sunday. Now, after this weekend, the women are 2-0. In addition, the men's basketball team competed in the IRMC Hilton Garden Inn Classic at home, where they went 1-1, winning 93-60 over Urbania on Friday and losing in a tough match against Virginia State 69-64 on Saturday. After this weekend, the men's basketball team is now 1-3 overall. Sports reporter Stephen Langdon had the chance to talk to senior guard Anthony Glover Jr. after Friday's victory.
The 6th-ranked IUP Crimson Hawks opened the season against the Urbana Blue Knights in the IRMC Hilton Garden Inn Classic, with the Hawks having a previous record of 28-4 last season.
The Crimson Hawks controlled the entire game, with the team having 5 players getting into the double digits. Senior guard Anthony Glover Jr. commented after the game on the team's performance.
How does it feel to be back at the KCAC for another IUP season?
It's nothing like the KCAC. We had an opportunity to start the season kind of early in Evansville, Indiana, but it's nothing like the KCAC to come home and where we're comfortable and practice that every day. So it was a good. It's good to be home and happy we got the win. Ready to go tomorrow.
And what preparations did you make after having 2 road losses to begin the season?
We just had to sit down and look at the film. We feel as we as the other team didn't beat us, we can't beat ourselves. So we just sit down and watch film and see our breakdowns and try to not let those happen again. So as long as we do that and keep getting better, I feel that the sky's the limit for us.
Okay. The Crimson Hawks will play host to Lock Haven on November 18th and Bloomsburg on November 19th. This is Stephen Lane reporting from IUP TV News.
And finally, another huge congratulations to the women's volleyball team who defeated Seton Hill on their senior day at home, winning 3-1. With Saturday's win, the women's volleyball team are now the new 2017 PSAC Southwest Division champs. The Crimson Hawks host the 2017 PSAC Championships tonight at home in the KCAC, taking on the Edinburgh Fighting Scots in the quarterfinals. Game time for tonight's matchup is set for 7 p.m. If you're in Indiana this upcoming weekend, come out and support the men and women's basketball teams who will be playing against Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. Saturday's matches will be held in the Memorial Fieldhouse and Sundays will be held in the KCAC. And that's all for Hawk Sports Zones. After the break, Vinny and Sarah will let you know about the upcoming events.
It's hard to explain. It just became home. There are hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes and faculty that really get to know you. Amazing internships and everywhere, programs that help to find a job that is right for you. It's what IUP is about, a commitment to your success. See it for yourself. Visit us. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
What does it mean to have a college degree?
I can finish what I started.
I can compete for my dream job.
What does it mean to have an IUP Communications Media degree?
I can get a promotion.
I am going to be a leader in my community.
What does it mean to get your IUP degree online?
I can afford it.
I'll have a mentor.
I did it on my own time.
Face-to-face, professor support when you need it at our North Point campus. Find out how easy it is to get your degree from IUP.
Nothing ever gonna make this world better if we don't start believing that love really, really, really is the answer. Everybody join hands 'cause it's time now. Spread the love all over the world. Spread it all over the world.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
Welcome back. This week for Hawk on the Block, reporter Taylor Schaefer went to campus to see what students' favorite Thanksgiving tradition was. Here's what she found out.
This week on Hawk on the Block, we're discussing everyone's favorite Thanksgiving tradition.
Cooking with the family. Well, when I was younger, my family would always watch the dog show and the Thanksgiving Day parade in the morning while my parents cooked.
My favorite Thanksgiving tradition's probably just getting around with family and friends, eating food, having a good time, everybody sitting around a table, all the good stuff, turkey, mashed potatoes, love me some good cranberry sauce, so yeah.
My favorite Thanksgiving tradition is probably eating food. I like sitting around the table with my family, and I really like sweet potatoes. Yeah, so that's it.
My favorite Thanksgiving Day tradition is probably going Black Friday shopping after Thanksgiving dinner. So yeah.
I'd have to say my favorite Thanksgiving tradition would probably be just all of my cousins getting together, and we have a very diverse family, so we don't have like the traditional Thanksgiving meals you'd think of. Like we have like spaghetti and Italian things like that, And we always do a grab bag because we get together on Christmas too. So all of the cousins like pick out of the bag, and then that's who you buy for. And it's like we've been doing it ever since I can remember. So yeah.
I go home with my family and we just make a lot of food together. Yeah, that's about it.
Everyone seems to enjoy eating and spending time with family. I'm Taylor Schaefer reporting for IUP TV News.
The last performance of the Wildcat Regiment Band will air here on IUP TV on November 19th. A group of IUP communication media students recorded the final concert of the Civil War Reenactment Band on June 10th. The band retired this summer after more than 20 years of concerts at various Civil War battlefields, performing in 1860s period uniforms. The last performance will air here at 8 p.m. here on IUP TV.
If you'll be around during Thanksgiving break, be sure to catch some of these events. As we mentioned earlier, the It's a Wonderful Life Parade and Festival begins Friday and continues all weekend.
On Tuesday, November 21st, entrepreneurs are encouraged to attend a business seminar, The First Step, from 7 to 9 in Eberly Suite 108. Also on the 21st is a meeting of the Women and Gender Studies Club in Stavely Library starting at 6:30.
Be sure to join the Office of International Education for another lunch hour. The event is open to all on Wednesday, November 29th from noon to 1:15 p.m. in Sutton Hall.
Another exciting event for IUP is the next concert. Mayday Parade is stopping in the hub for November 30th. The event is hosted through Static. That's our news for this evening. Our end of the year wrap-up show will air this week of November 30th, and we will share our favorite stories of this semester. For all of us on the news crew, thanks for watching and have a fantastic Thanksgiving.